Right, creating drums in Cubase using a MIDI controlled controller keyboard and the package EZdrummer. Right, I've started a project already, which was just done by Start New Project, and in this project I wish to insert a MIDI track. Now I've opened up or inserted the track. I now need to set up a MIDI workspace area. That's done fairly easily by either setting these left and right indicator markers here, or using these triangles along the top. To achieve the same effect. Once you've done that, you can double click here and open up a workspace area. You need to add, obviously, the drum sounds, or the VST instrument. It says it's just disappeared off another screen. There we go. Incidentally, this panel can be brought up by F11. And down to EZdrummer. Here's EZdrummer, very swish. I'm going to select drum kit from HAL, mainly because it's noisy. I like that. That's going to take a while to load, so while that's going on, I'll set up my output for the MIDI track, which is EZdrummer, otherwise we wouldn't hear anything, and we'll have a drum map, otherwise we won't know what notes to hit. Now here's the workspace area. On the left hand side here, you can see the names of all the drums. All the main drums, like a bass drum, snare drum, hi-hats, cymbals, toms, etc., will all be functional within the EZdrummer package. So I should be able to, provided enough is loaded, to get a noise out of here, and here, and no snare yet, but sorry, floor tom. Hi-hats there. And as it's loading the drums in, obviously these sounds will populate. I should have made myself a cup of tea right now because it's only about halfway through the loading process. But instead, I shall carry on and do my stick intro. There's a side stick, hopefully the noise sounds. It does, I don't know if you can hear it over the mic. Which I've now done. That's a 2-bar counting. And there's two ways of entering drums. There's the manual way, which I've been using here. That doesn't sound very good, we'll try it though. I like that. Pretty good. Now you can also record that using the keyboard. I'll have a go at doing that now. I'll put the click on. And set the quantize to 16. Actually 16 is a good number for this. What the quantize literally means is there's 16 lines going across the screen for each bar. And if you set the quantize to say 8, reduce the number of bars that are there. These are what the notes will align to when you activate Snap to Grid. It's always advisable to use Snap to Grid if you're going to use the keyboard, the MIDI keyboard that is, to enter notes. And to be honest, Snap to Grid is best to keep on all the time unless you specifically want something to be slightly sloppy and out of time. But for the time being, we'll stick to 16ths. And let's see if I get any noise. Yes, I have. And my keyboard prowess is now under scrutiny, which should be of great amusement to everybody. There we go. That's two more of the same. Let's see if they're in time. That last note was a bit wayward. I can move him forward. Right, now we've got that. Let's add a little hi-hat. Now there's an easy way to add hi-hat. You can either, in this case, I want 16ths on the hi-hat, I think. So I can either draw a line by left-clicking on the mouse on the hi-hat, closed hi-hat here. I think it's going to sound a bit robotic, so let's just have a listen. It sounds like a machine. It doesn't sound like a human's playing with it. Now let's give it a bit more life. Again, I'm going to embarrass myself on the keyboards. There's the hi-hat. Right. Let's have a listen to that. I should have recorded that with a click on, but a couple more for good measure. I'll put these in manually. Right, let's have a listen. That snare drum there is a bit loud. There's two ways you can do this. You can delete it by clicking on it with the drumstick and dropping in what is a basic snare drum hit with a volume level of 100, which is the standard MIDI entry level volume. I believe the total range of the volume is 0 to 128 or 120. Or you can edit it here. At the moment that's set to approximately 100. And what I've done there is just add a few more drum hits. 4 bars. At the end of 4 bars, if there's not a drum roll, the drummer normally gets sacked. And we'll add a cymbal hit. And continue by copying all of it up until the counting. And we'll paste. So now we should have 8 bars with the same drum roll at the end of each 4 bars. And that is really how you make drums in Cubase. Very easy, straightforward, and quite effective. And that's mainly due to EZdrummer.